Right, we're midway through December and we've got our youth intake preview and it is an excellent intake. Now, I don't want to get too excited because an excellent intake for a second division or third division side in Denmark means we might get one player who could be good enough to play for the Danish national team. Or it could mean we have a whole load of players who are good enough to play for the Danish national team because our facilities are reasonable. Are they not? Youth recruitment above average. That sounds like it's good. We've got good youth facilities. What's our head of youth recruitment like? You'd think I'd know this, what with me being the manager and all. Do we even have one? We do. It's this man. It's Anders Breiner. Can we see Anders, please? Anders Breiner he's got 20 working with youngsters. That's good. His judging player ability and potential is not the best, but he's not horrendous. Let's be honest, he's not horrendous. We will look at getting a new one in the few years in the future, but right now, Breiner he's going to have to do, isn't he? But let's cross our fingers. It's the 1st of February, the January transfer window has been and gone, and because we are such in a bad way when it comes to our financial situation, we've done one signing and it's on loan, so it's cost us absolutely nothing. We've kind of done two, because we had a player out on loan and he's returned, and I think he's good enough to play for us. So our only signing of the January transfer window is Jack Butterfill, 18 years old, English striker from Barnsley. He's come in as a fringe player. I've brought him in for depth, and that is all he's been brought in for. I suspect we may never see him play. Somebody who we might see play, however, is Sead Korac, a 21-year-old Luxembourger, and I want to say Serbian central defender, although apparently he's played as a right-back recently. He's been out on loan at Akratas in Cyprus, and he's just returned, and I think he's actually good. He's only 21 as well, so hopefully there is potential in there. When you consider we've got Eddie Gomez, who is 33 years of age, maybe Korac could be the man to replace Gomez. He's also 6'3" and has 16 jumping reach. We might be playing Korac until the end of the season. We also did sell Ramon Tenhove, our third choice goalkeeper, for absolutely nothing. Basically, I needed to get him off the wage bill. He wasn't playing for us. He was our third choice keeper. He was getting paid not a huge amount, £1,000 a week, something like that. But getting him off the wage bill definitely was a good idea. We've also lost a couple of players on free transfers who basically were never going to play for us in the first place. And in case you're wondering, financially, we are in a bad way. We are definitely in a bad way. Every single month, we are losing, what is that, £350,000 roughly every single month, which is why we've gone from £1.65 million at the start of the season to minus £650,000. So we definitely need to get promoted, don't we? However, we can't do that just yet because we're in the midst of a massive break. We haven't played a professional game since the 19th of November. Our next professional game is the 18th of February, which means all of November, basically, all of December and all of January without any professional competitive matches. That's a long time. That is an absolutely long time. We are now going to go forward then to, I assume, the Bradband game. That would make the most sense, would it not? Or do we just go straight to Randers? I think we go straight to Randers. Right, we are in a bit of a predicament for the Randers game. It's obviously the first leg. We are at home because we are the lowest ranked side left in the competition, but we have a fair amount of injuries and suspensions. Tranberg, Laridson, Kayat, Baitiki, who we've never actually seen play, Montano as well, also out injured, suspended. So we are kind of bare bones to a certain extent. It is going to be Zeus De La Paz in goal, Mortensen, Gomez, Korac, and Steve Simpson playing as a left back today because we are kind of screwed in that position. Strunk and Larson in the middle, Jorgensen, Hopeau, Holton, and Butterfill will be our front options. We'll talk about the league matches after we play this one. I realised the way I phrased that was as if we've done badly in the league. We've done fine. We've won everything. Right, we're obviously not the favourite for this. Randers are a much better team than us. There is an entire league and a half between us and where Randers are. I think they're 7th in the top tier of Danish football. We're obviously 1st in the 3rd tier of Danish football. But we probably have a team that I would say not necessarily could do a job in the top tier, but we wouldn't look too out of place, I think. Obviously, for the home leg, all we need to do is, I guess, not lose and pick up more injuries. Great, that's not what we're after at all. We're going to do Marengo coming on, and then we'll do that. Sure, we'll put Marengo on the left. Hope you can play on the right-hand side. That's normally where I play Hope you anyway. We are 24 minutes in, and we have lost the ball. I was going to say we have the ball in a good position. Nope, we've lost it. We've passed it to O'Day. Ball on the ground is intercepted by Gomez. Simpson's ball upfield finds nobody. 25 minutes, and it's taken this long for the first highlight to get here. And so far, it could go either way, couldn't it? It could go absolutely any way at the moment. Simpson doesn't get there. O'Day collects it, runs towards Simpson, plays it back to Anderson. Korach clears it, the Luxembourger defender. Are we going to counter-attack? Marengo's ball forward, straight to a Randers player though. And Randers once again can slowly try and build, although they've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. And we've lumped the ball forward. He's miles offside. Holton's miles offside. If that counts, I'm very thankful for no VAR. He was miles off. He was about, I don't know distances. 3 metres? What is that in feet? Yards? I don't know. Not a clue. Free kick for Korach on the halfway line. Andy's picked up a yellow card, which is not good. Down the line towards Hopu. He collects it. 2 in the box. Loses the ball. Leaves it behind him. Strunk in the area. Plays it across and nobody there in a blue shirt. Eddie Gomez is going to keep this one alive though. Tries to get it over the defence and can't manage it. And now Randers can come forward. O'Day goes off to the right. Anderson. He's got an option as a fullback, I assume, to his right-hand side. Anderson plays it on the ground. Korach intercepts. Let's do some... Stevie Simpson. You're not a defender, are you? You're really not a defender. Strunk tries to keep this highlight alive and does so. And Bundgaard makes it 1-0 to Randers. And that was kind of our own mistakes there, wasn't it? I think Strunk got the assist. Stevie Simpson as well probably needs to take blame for that because he lost the ball in a very good position or a very bad position, depending on what team you support. It is 1-0 to Randers, and we need to be better in front of goal. Sure, that's what we want. What am I talking to both of them for? You're doing well. You weren't bad at all. Shandon, I'm not happy with you either. Straight into the second half, no changes, partially because we don't really have the options on the bench. We just don't have anyone due to these injuries and suspensions, and Randers have themselves another chance from a corner, but Zeus can hold on. Steve Simpson is not a left-back, is he? Simpson's not a left-back. Butterfield is on a 6.3. We need to do some changes. We're going to do Trollson, who also isn't a left-back, but he's going to come on because Simpson's playing so badly. Ekwasa Chong is going to come on the right-hand side, 21-year-old Jamaican, who I want to get rid of because we just don't play him. But, you know, he's still here. We're going to take off Butterfield as well for Elias Sorensen. And we've got one more sub that we're allowed to do. And honestly, we're playing pretty poorly across the board. The only player really doing well is Eddie Gomez on a 7.0. Zeus is on a 6.8, occasionally flicking up to a 6.9. We are into the final 10 minutes. We've got a free kick. Korach takes it towards Chong on the right-hand side, but Chong can't be bothered to run for it. And it's back with the keeper. Is this going to be a second Randers goal, or are we going to get ourselves a bit of a counter-attack and maybe a lifeline? Zeus saves that effort. That was the highlight, wasn't it? Final 5 minutes, and it's just going to tick away completely, and it's not been a good performance. Some players... Marengo's dropped to a 6.1 as a free kick, a goal kick, sorry, for Randers, and we need to get that ball under control. Korach with a slide tackle on a yellow card in the 95th minute. It's a risky thing to do, buddy. It's definitely a risky thing to do. Chong collects it. Is this a highlight, or is this just the final kicks of the game? Holton into the penalty area, tries to dink the keeper, and that was the last highlight of the game, and we were not very good. Let's be honest, we were not very good. We've probably flown a little bit too close to the sun with getting to the quarterfinals. Oh, and even better, Strunk is going to miss the next match, which I assume is going to be the... Is it the cup? Is he missing the cup game? Strunk's missing the cup game. Wonderful. So I did promise I'd talk to you about the league games. We've played 2 league games. We've scored 6. We've conceded 1, but we've picked up 6 points. We're obviously top of the table. 45 points out of a possible, 49 points? Maybe 51 points? We're definitely going up top. At least into the next phase, which I don't actually know. Do we keep all of our points? I assume we do. Teams entering this stage will start with all their stats from the preliminary phase, along with 100% of their points gained. That's good. That's fine. We keep all of our points. They don't get halved or any of that nonsense. We should be getting promoted. Right, we're going to go forward. We now have to play AB in the league. We should win that one. And we're going to play the second leg against Randers. We probably won't win that one. Second leg time. And we are in a much better position when it comes to players available for us. Obviously, we are missing Strunk, but we have pretty much everybody else back available. It's going to be Zeus in the sticks, Mortensen, Gomez, Korach, and Lauritsen in defence. Honda, Mark, and Larsen will be the midfielders, with Hopu and Montano on the wings. Jorgensen and Holton as our strikers for this one. Montano, by the way, just scored a hat-trick in a 3-1 win against AB as well. So Montano is hopefully not particularly unfit following that performance. I always look at Simpson because he scores so many goals, but he's rubbish. He scores them all in like 4 matches, and that's it. Right, we need to overturn just the 1-goal deficit. We are good enough to do that, I think. There's certainly a lot more people attending for the away leg than there were for the home leg, which I would find a bit strange. Surely, against a top team, you'd get a lot of people turning up, although Esbjerg, obviously, recently with their 2 relegations, they probably played Randers fairly recently as well. It is Zeus de la Paz with a goal kick, 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock, and we are passing the ball around in our 6-yard box. What are we doing? Get the ball clear. Lauritsen back to Zeus. He's gone for a big kick eventually. Finds Jorgensen. We've got numbers. It's 4 versus 4, maybe 5 versus 4. Montano crosses in. Holton is there. We've hit the post. We've managed to score. Shandon Hope, you probably didn't know too much about it, but we have taken the lead and not even 2 minutes are on the clock. We have also had the draw for the semi-final, and I genuinely didn't pay attention to it. I just saw a news article that said, the draw's been made, and I went, okay, cool, I'll have a look at that, and just completely forgot. It is a minute later, and we are coming forward once again. Jorgensen to Holton, and we have taken the lead in the tie. We haven't taken the lead in the tie, it's been disallowed. We have certainly started off with something burning up our backside, haven't we? They've got the ball in the penalty area. Gomez has flicked it past our own goalkeeper. What was that? I don't know what that was, but we got away with it. So we had the ball in the net twice within 3 minutes. Really? And, I mean, 1-1 at the moment. I'll take 1-1. Although I obviously want to win the game. It's 2-1 to Randers. Great. Not the end of the world. We know we have the ability to score goals against this Randers side. Is it a good thing to have a nice long cup run? I mean, we should be getting promoted, surely. So a cup run's not really a distraction for us. It's actually a good thing. Lauritsen with a long-range free kick. It is, I think it was saved. It was saved. I thought it hit the bar. Lauritsen's gone over to take it. We've got the 2 big boys up from the back. Korach and Gomez. Gomez is there. Doesn't get on the end of this. And now Tosin's going to go for a run for Randers. Down the right-hand side. Has no real support just yet, but he can hold on long enough. Hondermark with an absolute clattering tackle into Tosin. It's going to be a free kick. We are getting the chances. We've got XG of 1.24. We've had 3 shots on target. It's a corner from Randers. It's cleared, but Tosin gets it. Nick it. Good job. Hope you. Go for a run, Shandon. The American down the right-hand side has no support and doesn't really have the pace either to get too far away from his defender. And if he's not offside, we've invented a new rule. Lauritsen collects it for us. Larsen, Hondermark, back to Eddie Gomez. The ageing man. I say ageing, he's younger than me. He's about 4 years younger than me, probably at this point. It is, the Randers still coming forward. Good. I say good. Not good. It's a poor pass, but good for us. Holton's not going to get there. This highlight is going back and forth all over the place. And this is the worry that they're the team that are going to get their shot away. And Gomez is there to block it after Zeus does some questionably poor goalkeeping. Bungard goes over to take it. The goal scorer for Randers towards the back. It's a header across. Montano's not going to get there. De La Paz, though, can hold on to that. Randers are coming forward with a lot of chances. That wasn't a highlight. Zeus with the throw. Korach. Down on the ground to Hondermark. He's just gone for a lump upfield towards nobody. And once again, Randers coming forward. Why are we doing this hit and hope? This is not something that is in our game plan. But we've suddenly gone, you know what? Against this team, we're just going to smack it up there and hope one of our players can get on the end of it. I'm not sure why. It is Graves with the ball, plays it back to Karlgren in goal. And he's just going to stand there. Is there going to be an actual highlight out of this? Or are we just going to get to half-time? Randers are still coming forward with it. Calso on the right-hand side. No real support in the middle. Mortensen. Oh, my word. Tosin's made it 2-1 to Randers. I don't know what we're doing. Defensively, we're actually not doing particularly badly. It's when we clear the ball. We clear the ball like we're 9 years old and we just smack it up the field. That was the last hit of the half as well. And it is 2-1 to Randers, 3-1 on aggregate. What is that? Get your acts together. It's terrible. No changes at half-time. And our strikers and Hondermark are the players who are struggling at the moment. I say and Hondermark. Larsen also. Mortensen's struggling on a 6-5 as well. Hondermark on a 6-1. I assume he's just at fault for one of the goals, or maybe both. It is all the way back with the Randers keeper. 6 minutes into the second half. Hondermark with a pass. Maybe that's going to bump him up to a 6-2. Hondermark on the ground. Shandon Hopu, our goal scorer, plays in Holton, and Holton blasts it wide. He had all the time in the world. Free kick for Randers. A few minutes later, it's a headed effort, goes wide of Zeus's post. Right, we need to do some changes. Something's not working, and it is basically strikers and Hondermark, isn't it? So we're going to do a whole load of changes. Do we do it? I mean, when I say do we do it, it's this. It's Damien. I've stuck Damien on the bench. He's learned Danish now. We've paid for that. You're welcome, Raphael. We've paid for your son's education. And I thought, you know what? Let's maybe give him a chance. Do we play him? We do, and we're playing him up front, which is not a position that he's capable of playing in. We'll go that way round. We need something, just anything. Lauritsen's throw to Damien van der Vaart crosses the ball in towards Hopu. Not going to get there. Is he going to try and do something special himself? No. Kicks it straight into a Randers shirt. And now Randers can counter-attack down the right-hand side. Loads and loads of space because Lauritsen goes too far forward. The effort goes wide of Zeus's post. We've deserved something out of this game. I know obviously it's a cup game and we're probably going to lose and get knocked out, but we deserve a draw, right? Van der Vaart with it, plays it back. Lauritsen to Larsen, Van der Vaart to Sorensen, and the flag goes up again. We've had the ball in the net 3 times. We've scored 3 goals and 2 of them have been disallowed. Admittedly, both of them were disallowed because they were definitely offside, but still, final 20 minutes, and Randers again with the ball but deep in their own half. Tosin on the ground. Why are we not quick enough? It's Eddie Gomez, isn't it? That's why. He's 37 years old. They've hit the underside of the bar and Gomez can clear it. Probably should be 3-1 to Randers, 4-1 on aggregate. Corner now for Randers, almost into the final 10 minutes. We need to do some more changes, but we just don't have the players available. I think we've bitten off too much, and there you go. Tosin Kahinda makes it 3-1, 4-1 on aggregate. We're out of the cup, but let's face it, we got to the quarterfinals. For a third division side to get to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, I'll take that. Oh, and magical. Sorensen's picked up an injury, so Butterfield is going to come on. How many more subs can we do? We've got 2 more left. Do we get a free injury sub? Is that how that works? That's pretty good. We've also brought on Tranberg as a right back. I'm going to do Marengo for Montano. No, we're not. Okay, we'll just go for that then. We'll just do those 1 or 2 more changes, and we've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to try and get just a consolation goal at this point. Randers with it on the right-hand side. Kleisner back to Anderson. He's going to go for a little run. Montano tries to stick a leg out. Borhain collects it for us. We've not seen Borhain. He's been on the pitch for a while, hasn't he? Butterfield, oh my word, I thought he was going to score a screamer. 3 minutes of injury time, and it's going to be a defeat. 2 defeats against Randers. A team that I genuinely thought we had a chance against. I thought we had a bit of a chance against them. When we beat Silkeborg earlier on in the competition, I thought, you know what? Could we do something absolutely magical and get to the FA Cup final? No, we can't, because we can't score goals. This is the problem we've had. We've just had a few players who played absolutely horrendously. Zeus gets a 6.4. Well, good job I didn't notice who we were playing in the semi-final. I have no idea who it actually would be. So, what does it say? Who are Randers playing in the next round? There's probably a much quicker way of doing this. It is going to be Odense or Copenhagen in the semi-final. It's either way, we probably would have lost that. Right, next up then, we've got 2 more league games to play. I'm going to play them off camera, and then we are done with the preliminary phase. We can potentially finish the preliminary phase on what is that? That is going to be 54 points. If we are 30 points clear of second place, we are champions. We won't be 30 points clear of second place, but we will certainly be maybe 15 points clear at least, which is a bit nuts. It's the best day in Football Manager. It's the best day. Youth intake day has arrived, and we've got 1 5-star player who is a goalkeeper, a 4.5-star potential player who is a centre-back, and then a bunch of other players who are sort of 4 and a bunch of junk, I assume. We're only going to look at top talents and above. We're going to work from the bottom. So we have Stefan Vella Niklasen, who is 15 and not very good. He's got some mental stats. He's got bravery, he's got teamwork, he's got a reasonable work rate, a bit of flair as well. Everything else is pretty garbage. What about Rasmus Christiansen then? He actually doesn't look too bad, does he? He's certainly not a right back. I think he's a centre back. This is going to sound weird. He's in the Eddie Gomez mould. If we just do a quick comparison with Eddie, can you see what I'm on about? No, just me. I mean, Eddie's clearly a better player, but still, these numbers are somewhat similar. Eddie can do long throws. Rasmus can't. And just in case you're wondering, Nicholas Jensen is even worse at long throws with 1. He doesn't look great. He's got some reasonable technical numbers in some odd positions, first touch passing and technique. So he's really good when he doesn't move. Everything else, he's not very good at. His decisions aren't bad either. Basically, stick him on the centre circle and he'll just ping balls off to the wingers and the strikers. Malik Amir, there could be something here. There could be something here in Malik. He's got some reasonable mental numbers in some okay places. Nothing just over the moon. Nothing outstanding there. The 15 tackling is good. He's only 15 years old as well. Malik Amir could be alright. Right, now we move up into the elite talents. So there's a lot to think here. Dan Rinker, who... honestly, I'm not sure what my scouts are thinking. Or my head of youth development's thinking. I don't think he's very good. He's got very few attributes that are higher than 10. Dan, I'm not seeing it, buddy. And the number 1 then, literally number 1, he's a goalkeeper, is Jan Smedgaard. And, I mean, there's nothing there. He is a goalkeeper, though. So, he might not be good for 20 years, but by the time he's 36, he might be spectacular. We don't know. I've not got a lot of hope for this elite golden generation set of footballers that we've got through. Do we think any of them are going to get on this list? I seriously doubt any of them will get on this list. Just having a look through the players. I mean, there's some obvious names on there, isn't there? We've got Job Bellingham's on there, which is quite interesting. Romeo Lavia as well, which is quite nice as a Southampton fan. I mean, there's footballers. It's a list of young footballers. Right, we've now got to play Skive. I think it's Skive and somebody else. B93, let's go. Right, the first portion of the season is complete. It's the first 2/3 of the season, technically, and we have won the preliminary phase. 52 points. We did draw another game, annoyingly, but we then won another game. So we are a fair distance clear. With 10 games to play, this is how the league looks. And I need to do some maths quickly.
3 days later.
Right, there are 18 points between us and second place. And I think that means we need to win 4 games. If we win 4 games, we pick up 12 points. And that means we are champions. We are going up, we are getting promoted. Arguably, we're getting promoted anyway. I think we need to win 3 games to get promoted, 4 games to win the league, which means, in theory, we will have won the league there against Colding. Or maybe even beforehand against our house. I don't think I'm going to be able to predict when we're going to win the league, because obviously it depends on what AB do as well, because if AB lose a match and we win a game and blah-de-blah-de-blah, it might mean that we could win the match, or win the league up after the Skive game. Potentially, if we win Hellerup and Skive, and AB lose their 2 matches, it's confusing and complicated, but basically what I'm trying to say is, I think we've won the league, everybody.